Salute, y'all. Let's get it.
Get that in.
Yo, salute to all of my people already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Shout out to the greatest chat in YouTube history. I see all my people in the building. Erica, what up, sis? I see Goldie. I see my father himself, my brother Hug D's, Mello, Can't Get Right, Inner City, Raymond, Bobby, Ben Bad, Mondo, Rebel Montana, salute, and Devante Adams. I see you, my brother. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? It's free. Hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 30,000 subscribers. We cannot do that without you guys, man. Salute once again to all my people here in the building. A lot to talk about today. Wanted to do a live, little midday matinee, man, talk to my people. I know it's been really, really slow as of late, but you know what, man? I missed you guys. I wanted to talk a little ball. I'm seeing a few things going on. We're going to talk about Devante Adams, Aiden O'Connell. We're going to talk about Trey Tucker, breakout season. We're going to talk about a few other things as well. We're also going to kill off a few things that I'm seeing here in today's Raiders news. Let's just get to it real quick, you guys. I'm seeing a lot of people, and a lot of people are tagging me on Twitter, on Instagram, about this whole Antonio Pierce wife money situation, right? Look, that has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with anyone in this fan base. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false. But at the end of the day, I just honestly don't care. That's a family thing. That is their financial situation, whether it's true or false. I don't care. So please, please, please stop tagging me in the bullshit. Stop sending me everything in my DM. I don't care about any of that. It's none of my business, none of our business as a fan base, you guys. I don't know if you guys seen it. If you did, I'm not going to talk too much about what's going on, but just look it up, okay? I don't want to talk about that. So, because I know people are going to bring it up in the chat. And, look, everybody has money problems here and there, right? Everybody has situations where they're trying to figure it out, financial humps to, overcome. That ain't got nothing to do with any of us, okay? Bankruptcy or not, I don't really care. Look, the millionaires and billionaires of the world, they always claim bankruptcy. I mean, it happens year in and year out. I've seen Jermaine Dupri do it. I believe Master P has done it a few times. I mean, shit, Donald Trump has done it. 50 Cent has done it. At the end of the day, who cares? Who cares? Let's keep it ball. Let's keep it football, you guys. Salute to Antonio Pierce and his beautiful bride. I hope that everything is going good with them. But yeah, man, I don't want to talk about that. So I know people were going to probably bring it up in the chat. And real quick, you guys, almost 300 people in the building, whether you're watching on Twitter or you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor, man. Just wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. You know what I mean? Salute to Elite. Yes, bankruptcy is nothing but a financial tool. Facts. And a lot of wealthy people utilize that tool, Elite, man. Simple and plain. Salute to my sis here in the building. Real quick also, before we get to the shits, tomorrow morning, you guys, we will be having our rookie, Dylan Labby, on the show. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific time, a coffee and convo with our rookie running back. You guys do not want to miss this. We're going to have some fun. I want to get you guys involved as much as possible. So please show up in full force with a bunch of comments in the comments section. We want to show our young rook that we are the greatest fan base in sports right now. So we will be live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time with our rookie, who I think is going to be an absolute dog, an absolute stud for us. Dylan Lobby will be live on the channel tomorrow. And we are trying to lock in a date with Trey Taylor as well. Salute to our young 7th round safety. We've been talking pretty much a lot on IG. We're working on a date. So stay tuned for that. Maybe we can get that show this week. I don't know yet. We're trying to lock in a date. But we're going to actually be meeting out here soon. Sit down, have some lunch, and really build. And I'm going to try and put a date together. So stay tuned for that. He said, Luby? We're going to ask him. We're going to get to the bottom of it tomorrow, Devante. We're going to get to the bottom of this shit. I want to ask him personally, how do you say your last name? So we can all stop butchering it. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to one of the Mod Fathers in the building. Also, Jason Hunter, my brother, man. Salute. Salute to my boy, KB. What up, Graphk? Stay blessed. Appreciate you on a $2 donation, my guy. I am blessed, King, here with the family, having a good time with my sons today. We're actually about to head out to the pool after this live, and then I got to get my my stuff together for this week's shows. Like I said, Dylan Lobby will be live tomorrow. Then we have the Dylan Lobby film breakdown the following day with me, East Coast Gridiron, and our brother Big Mike Raider. So we're going to have some fun this week. And real quick, you guys, I know a lot of people have been asking where Wasted has been. He is on vacation. He is with the family. They're in South Carolina. They're on the beach, laying out somewhere. He is enjoying the fruits of his labor. So anyone asking where Wasted Talent is, he is with his family on a well-deserved vacation. So you guys will see him probably this upcoming weekend or latest sometime next week, but he is out and about with the family. Salute to Eddie, my guy, watching from the job site, hoping my phone don't overheat. 95 on the slab, baby. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to my guy Mondo as well. Proud of you, Coach Graphk. Let's effing go. Take them boys to the chip. They've won 2 in a row already, man. So it's going to be fun. Tomorrow, actually, no helmets, no pads. They're working out tomorrow, man. So it's going to be fun to get those boys out there, man, and watch them throw up because this Texas heat is insane. Stone Cold, that Maxx pod with Howie Long today is going to be a good one. I can't wait, man. I definitely can't wait. I can't wait. Let me see. Salute to Thrill, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Salute to my dog and my brother right here. Raider Jeff in the building, man. Yes, my guy. Salute. All right, let's get to it, you guys. A lot to unpack today. I know a lot of other content creators have covered this. You know what I mean? I believe it dropped maybe a day or so ago. Once again, you know, we're not trying to just do content to do content. But today I said, you know, I want to talk to my people. The rumors about Devante Adams loving him some Aiden O'Connell. I don't know if you guys seen this report from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, but I believe it dropped on Sunday. And I quote, O'Connell and Minshew in the spring went tit for tat, went after it. O'Connell probably has the slight edge right now based on coming into year 2 and being more vocal. Fowler said, I'm told he's acting like the starting quarterback, and Devante Adams loves him, which always certainly adds brownie points. You love to hear this, you guys, because, you know, last year we struggled on the offensive side of the football. Last year, the rumors and rumblings were all over the place because we decided on moving on from Derek Carr. The year prior, we added Jimmy G, who struggled mightily at the beginning of last season. He ended up being benched. Aiden O'Connell comes in. He has some success at the end of the season. You know, he had a nice little stretch there where I believe he had 9 touchdowns, no picks. So it's always good to see that you're all pro, future Hall of Fame, top 5 wide receiver in the league. Devante Adams is loving him some Aiden O'Connell right now. I think we could all kind of agree that we all had Aiden O'Connell going into this season as the quarterback 1. Our head coach, AP, has said it numerous times on numerous pressers that this is Aiden O'Connell's job to win or to lose. So you love to see that a guy like Jeremy Fowler from ESPN that has, a lot of cachet in NFL circles say this and reiterate what we've all been thinking anyways, that he has the up and up as the quarterback one going into training camp, which starts next month in July. But it's always good to see that we have our guy, our leader on the offensive side of the ball, Devante Adams, loving him some Aiden O'Connell right now. I know it's very early, you guys. The pads have not come on yet. Devante is really not even seen the field up to this point. We talked about it a million times. Colton Miller dealing with that shoulder injury hasn't really been out there. A lot of our starters on the offensive side of the ball have not seen any reps at OTAs at all. And it's cool. I mean, at this point, I don't really care. Get them healthy, get them prepared, get them ready for training camp when shit matters the most, when those pads and those helmets come on. You know what I mean? But you love to see that it's a real battle out there. Salute to our guy, Walt. And right now, Aiden O'Connell, it looks like they're edging him as the quarterback one at this spot. And it looks as though Devante Adams is going to bat for him as well. Let me see. Scion Raiders. See, this is why I talked about it at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to repeat myself. Salute to you, my brother. I know you just pulled up. Go back and watch it. It's none of my business. I don't want to report on anything that I have no idea about. But salute to you. Go back to the original. Go back to the beginning of this show. I just don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. Salute to my guy, Chef, man. Man, it's only been 6 months. Raiders, if you guys want to become a member, like my brother, Chef, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network. We're doing something right here. We're on a run. We're trying to get to 3,000 members. If we can do that, we'll start doing a lot more members-only shows, and we will do shows every single day. We're trying to reach 3,000 members, you guys. If we can hit 3K members, I will do a live every single day. That is our new milestone that we're trying to hit. So if you guys can, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do. Salute to Zion. And it was no disrespect to you, my brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Let me see. And Chef, man, already helping. Gifting 10 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to all the new members here in the building. I appreciate you, Chef, my guy. If you guys missed out on these 10 memberships, make sure you hit the link up top. It's pinned. It definitely, like I said before, is one of the best ways to support what we do. It helps keep the lights on over here at OLV Raiders Network, man. So salute to my guy, Chef, man. I appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Salute to Sean. I said it a million times. Had AOC had protection, Colton, Mayer, the last couple games, he would have gotten us into the playoffs. This is his shot to cook. Salute to my guy, Sean. I definitely agree with you, man. At the end of the season, we had Mumford out there at left tackle, which he looked pretty well, but he's not a Colton Miller on the left side, right? And I agree, with Michael Mayer and wait, what would you say that? I think you meant Mayer, right? The last couple, Michael Mayer, him starting to get his act together in terms of, blocking on the, help blocking at the tight end position. I agree with you, Sean. Salute to you, man. Let me see. Salute to my dog in the building, too. I was just promoting our show. Salute to my guy, East Coast Gridiron, back in the house, coming home from vacation. Well-deserved. Salute to my guy, man. Let me see. Real quick, you guys. There was something else. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. I want to ask you guys his take on this. Salute to Paul Gutierrez. He's been covering the Raiders for many years now. One of the more reliable beat writers in this thing. He stated that Trey Tucker was one of the standout guys on the offensive side of the football during OTAs. We know last year he showed some signs of life. He's definitely one of Aiden O'Connell's favorite targets. They practice in the offseason a lot together. They definitely have a rapport here. He's put on a lot more muscle. I'm hoping that it does not take away from his speed factor, because we need some speed at the wide receiver position. I think right now that's one of the main things that we're lacking. Devante Adams is getting up there in age. Jacoby's not the fastest option at the wide receiver position, and that's not one of one of his strongest skill sets, right? We don't look to Jacoby as a speedster. We look at him as a guy that provides versatility, can play in the slot, can play on the outside, can actually throw the football, can block. You know what I mean? Michael Gallup, in terms of the injury, I don't think he'll ever really provide truly too much speed. He hasn't even shown that he can really bounce back from that injury that he sustained a few years ago. We need Trey Tucker to be that speedster for us on the outside. So to see that he's already out there truly balling, I love it, y'all, because we need Trey Tucker to be that wide receiver 3 for us. We need him to unlock that speed element because we need it on the offensive side of the ball. We lost some speed this, well, I can't say we lost some speed. We don't really have a lot of speed. Brock Bowers, man, he kind of has that game speed. You know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean by that, right? Like, you look at his tape, he's not the fastest player in the world, but like, you look at his game speed, it's totally different. I think he's going to provide some of that for us, but we need him to be that guy. We need Trey also. Last year, man, the bobbling of the football, I'm going to be real with you guys. I think we got away with one against the Chargers in that blowout. We absolutely cooked them, 63 points. I know you guys remember that play where he caught the ball in the back of the end zone. I'm going to be real. I think we got away with one. I remember doing the live for that show and me saying, damn, man, I don't think he came down with that football. He needs to work on that. It's year 2. The collegiate level is a totally different ball game. The competition that he played against in Cincinnati was definitely different. I'm hoping and praying that Trey Tucker has worked on his game just outside of being that speed demon that we definitely need this year. He needs to work on securing the football. He definitely does, man. And I'm hoping and praying that this time in the offseason with him working with Aiden O'Connell, I'm hoping and praying, man, that he's working on securing the football a lot more. Because I'm telling y'all now, I look back at that play. Thank God they gave it to us, and I think we were due for one, but he definitely bobbled that football. I don't think that he came down with that ball at all. Let me get these supers in real quick. Salute to my guy Chef once again. My biggest concern with this offense this year is the quarterback play, and will we be able to stretch the field? That's really my only concern. And once again, Chef, thank you for adding that, man, and thank you for the $5 super chat, man. This is why we need Trey Tucker to be a major part of this offense moving forward. If we're going to be able to stretch the field, I think Aiden can make all the throws. I think that he can definitely throw the deep ball. I'm not acting as though that's his bread and butter, but we can stretch the football with Aiden O'Connell at the quarterback position, but we need Trey Tucker to take the next step in his development. So to hear Paul Gutierrez and a few other guys that I spoke with out there on the ground that was covering OTAs, it sounds like Trey Tucker is in for a breakout year this year. If we're going to stretch the football, we have to stretch the field. We have to run the football, right? We definitely, in Luke Getsy's system, you want to run the football to set up the pass, but we need Trey Tucker unleashed this upcoming season. You have to have speed in order to stretch the field. And I'm hoping that Trey Tucker can be that guy, man. Salute to John, but I definitely agree with you. Salute to East Coast. I know people ask how to pronounce Lobby. There you go. Lobby. My guy, East Coast. So it is Dylan Lobby. Salute to Hug. Graphk, did you watch the AO story I sent in the chat? It was cool to see the life story of our quarterback one. Boy's a fighter. Also, thanks so much for having me on. It was an honor to have you on the other day, my brother. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to check out the show with Hug D's on, go back to the last live stream that we did with Mitchell Renz. Salute to my guy, and salute to my brother Jeremy Chugs as well. We had a good time. And yes, but I already knew the story, because one person that we have, right, is our brother, Stuart Schweiger. He's a Purdue guy, and he definitely broke down his entire story to me. And I think he's actually talked about it a few times on live stream as well, about his story, coming into Purdue and being the underdog. And I think he was like a walk-on, like the 7th, 8th string quarterback at one point. Then he came in and won the job. Definitely a fighter. His brother passing away, sad story, man. I love that Aiden is a fighter, and I think that this year he's going to come in. Look, you already see it right now, Hug. In immaculate shape. He's definitely took the offseason very serious, building rapport with his receivers, being a lot more vocal already. And that's apparent because everybody out there on the ground is saying that Aiden is out there talking more, and his leadership role has increased this upcoming season. And to be honest, Hug, if you wanted to win the quarterback one position, that's what you need. You can't be out there quiet. You can't be out there non-vocal. You have to be out there screaming at your guys to get the job done. So, yes, if you guys have not gotten an opportunity to check out Aiden O'Connell's full story, Hug sent me a bunch of stuff. It's on TikTok. Go over there, type in Aiden O'Connell. It's definitely a fire, phenomenal story, man. Great backstory. Salute to our guy. Definitely, man, went through a lot to get to this point in his career. That's why I'm going to bat for Aiden O'Connell, man. I love his story. I think that he has all the intangibles to get it done at the quarterback one position. And like I said before, I love Gardner Minshew, you guys. I love that we have a high-end quarterback too, but I do believe that Aiden O'Connell can be the better quarterback. I know the East Coast may not agree with me, and I understand he's a big Gardner Minshew guy, but I do believe that this guy can be the guy that can take us to the next level at the quarterback position. Salute to DeMarcus Webb, my guy, one of our major supporters, always rocking with us over here at OLV. Tucker will have a Ruggs-like impact on the offense. Both had catch issues, and I think Tucker will fix it. Yak Monster in progress. Salute to my guy, DeMarcus. I do not want to compare those two, DeMarcus. I'm going to be totally real with you. I think that Trey Tucker can be a phenomenal wide receiver 3 for us, but Henry Ruggs is a different monster, DeMarcus. He's a completely different monster. If Henry Ruggs stuck around, at the least, he'd be our wide receiver 2. I don't even know if we would have went out and potentially traded for Devante Adams if Henry Ruggs was, when did the Ruggs situation happen the year prior when we went to the playoffs, right? I don't even know if that situation didn't unfold the way it did, and once again, rest in paradise to Tina, I don't know if we would have went out and traded for Devante Adams. You know what I mean? Ruggs had some deficiencies in his game as well, right? He wasn't the greatest route runner. You know what I mean? He definitely did have a few, some hand issues as well. But I don't think that we can compare the two. I understand the speed element. I understand that you can kind of look at the measurables there. I think that Ruggs was on a trajectory of being one of the top guys in the league. I do, man. I think if that didn't happen, I think that he could have been one of the top wide receivers in the league. He had everything going for him. You know what I mean? So if we can get anywhere near Henry Ruggs with Trey Tucker, I think we're in for a ride. Definitely. But I don't want to act as though that they're comparable because of the measurables and because of the speed. I think that Henry Ruggs definitely was on his way to becoming an all-pro Bowl type talent. And I don't know if Trey Tucker will ever be that. I'm going to be honest with you, especially with Jacoby locked in at wide receiver 2 and Devante Adams locked in at wide receiver 1. And now with Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers is, more options on the offensive side of the ball. I just don't know where Trey Tucker can get up to that Henry Ruggs level type production. Salute to DeMarcus, though, my guy. Salute to B. If Minshew was a starting quarterback, he would all the chance has. Wait, okay, maybe I'm butchering this, my brother. Salute to you. If Gardner Minshew was a starting quarterback, he would, with all the chances he has had. Salute to my guy, B. I think you mean it. I think what you're trying to say is, B, that if he was a starting quarterback, right? He's had all the opportunities to be so, right? Indianapolis last year, Anthony Richardson beat him out. Anthony Richardson went out with that shoulder injury. Gardner Minshew was thrown, in at the quarterback 1 position. So I think what you mean to say is, if he was a quarterback 1 at this point, he would have had the job. I agree with you, B. I think that we know who Gardner Minshew is at this point, right? And we know that he can come in and win you some ball games if need be. But we also know his ceiling. He's had some opportunities. He's been around the league. He's been on a few different organizations, and he's had the opportunity to win the quarterback 1 position. We've seen him start a ton of ball games. But yeah, I agree with you, B. Salute to my guy. I know what you were trying to say. East Coast says Jaguars ruin Gardner's chances because there's not 32 quarterbacks that are better. Woo. Talk, East Coast. Okay. Salute to my guy. Once again, DeMarcus on a $5 holla, man. Graphk, I only meant like Ruggs as far as yards. Ruggs would have damn near had 100 yards on 3 catches. Definitely will be more limited in production as wide receiver 3. Salute to my guy, DeMarcus. My dog. Appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Salute to AP, my guy. Oh, we in for a ride this year, Graphk. Let all the others spit their cap. Salute to my guy. Salute to the my father himself. Gardner to me is like a discount Nick Foles, in my humble opinion. And I get the comparison, Hug, right? You know, a guy that was forced, you know, into the starting lineup. Carson Wentz went down. Foles came in, won them a Super Bowl, right? I hear you on that, but Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the comparison because he's a guy that kind of has been a quarterback one in different situations because the number one guy went down. It wasn't like Gardner Minshew was out here taking the league by storm and winning quarterback one spots. He was kind of thrusted into the quarterback one spot because of injuries and other shit. So I agree with you, Hug, in a sense. Salute to Richard, our brother, man. Happy birthday, King. Let me see. Salute to my guy Primos in the building, too. I'm not talking about no Boston Celtics shit in here. It's just not going to happen. Salute to my brother Mikey in the building as well. Salute to Raider Ryan. Morning Nation, AOC is my quarterback one. We need our secret weapon, Tucker, to break out and continue progressing and be that dog we know he can be. Raiders! Salute to my guy, Raider Ryan, man. Appreciate you, brother. I want to ask you guys this. How much production do you guys expect out of Trey Tucker in year 2? I'm going to ask you guys this. You know, last year he had a decent season in his rookie year. Like I said before, he started to build that rapport with Aiden O'Connell. You know, but I want to ask you guys this. In terms of production, what do you expect Trey Tucker to do this season? Because I'm only asking because there's only so much football that can go around. Brock Bowers is going to get his issue. Michael Mayer in year 2 is going to get his issue. Those two guys are too great of players to not be able to get their share of the football. Jacoby, phenomenal talent, one of the most underrated football players in the NFL. Yes, I said that. Is going to get his issue. Devante Adams, the Luke Getsy connection. Getsy's going to feed Devante in year 1 under his system. It's going to happen, and you have to feed Devante Adams regardless, because he's that great of a football player. But I want to ask you, like, how much can we truly expect out of Trey Tucker? Because a breakout year is just pretty much having a better year than he had in his rookie year, right? I love what Graham said. A lot of production between the 30-yard lines. Salute to my brother Graham Camp. AP says 750, 800 isn't out of the question. 5 to 8 touchdowns. That would be phenomenal. I think you're kind of overselling it though, AP. I don't know if he sees that kind of production. I mean, it would be insane if you could put up those kind of numbers. But I'm more along the lines of 500, you know, maybe 600 yards tops in production. And a lot of that is going to come from the deep ball. That's who he is, right? He stretches the field. You know, he's going to be a guy that when you're doubling Tay and you got Jacoby on the other boundary, and Trey can stretch the field. A lot of that's going to come in, you know, in big chunk plays. You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to see a lot of Trey Tucker 20, 30-yard plays, but I don't expect Trey Tucker to have a massive amount of production in terms of receptions. I don't think that this guy is going to go out there and put up 100 receptions or no wild shit like that this year. You know what I mean? I truly don't. I just think that he's going to be more of a gadget type player that is going to make big chunk plays that is going to help this football team move the chains. That's what I expect out of Trey Tucker this year. More of a gadget, deep threat that is going to put up big chunk plays that is going to move the chains for us, you know, and allow us to score a lot more. Trey Tucker is that guy. Salute to Jordy. Anybody else get annoyed with that Minshew-Lawrence comparison? Trevor hasn't done anything either. This is facts. And you got East Coast here in the comments section that'll go to bat with you, Jordy, on that. Salute to GA Patriot. 12-5 division champs. Knock the Queefs out of the playoffs at Allegiant. Either win or lose AFC Championship. Write that shit down. Salute to my guy, GA Patriot, man, my dog. Salute to my bro, man. Appreciate you on the $5 holler, man. Salute to Q. 675 yards, 5 touchdowns, 230 rushing yards, and 2 rushing TDs. Okay. So you're expecting Trey to take what are we doing here? Q, are we talking about a few end arounds here and there, a few, you know what I mean? Are you lining them up in the backfield? What are we doing right here? What are we doing right here? Explain yourself, King. Explain yourself. But I would love that kind of production out of our second-year wide receiver out of Cincinnati, man. Breakout year equals 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay. That would be a phenomenal year, Reed, for Trey Tucker, man. Salute to my guy Mikey in the building. I expect him doubling his production due to all the other weapons that are getting looks from opposing defenses. Let the little lion eat. Talk that shit, my brother. I like that. Sir Dre says 30 catches, 400 yards. Okay. Elite says, I can see him getting around 400 yards with a total of around 600 total yards on runs and special teams. Okay. That's more of a modest answer. And I think you're more closer along the lines of what we can expect out of Trey Tucker this year. Agreed, Elite. Salute to 11. Trey Tucker was AOC's safety blanket last season. And you know what, man? 11, you don't want to see that, right? And that's no disrespect to Trey Tucker. It's his rookie year, 2 rookies, right? They've worked with each other a lot. But, you know, this year, usually you want to see a young quarterback. His safety blanket is the run game or your tight end. With a young quarterback, you have to be able to run the football. That is just his major security blanket, and then the tight end position. That's why this year, man, you know, I don't know in terms of production what Trey Tucker is going to even out to, because you got Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. You know what I mean? And then you have Zeus coming off of that big year at the end of the year last year. You want your young quarterback, if you're going to have a security blanket, it needs to be the run game. It needs to be the tight ends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, year in and year out. I mean, look last year. I mean, and I know that, you know, Jared Goff is a veteran quarterback, so I'm not trying to compare him and Aiden O'Connell. But look at the year that Sam Laporta had last year. He had a major year in his rookie year last year. You know what I'm saying? I was actually shocked to see Dalton Kincaid not get more reps than what he did out there in Buffalo. I know they have Dawson Knox. You know, I know they also had Stephon Diggs, and they needed to get the football, Gabe Davis around. But, you know, tight ends, man, those are a quarterback security blanket. I want to see this year, you know, if you got to get rid of the football quick, fast, and in a hurry, you know what I mean? I want to see Michael Mayer, and I want to see Brock Bowers, specifically Brock Bowers, because he's a breakout type player. You know what I mean? He could take 180 yards. We've seen it. And if you guys get a chance to go back and watch the film breakdown that we did with East Coast Gridiron, you know what I mean, and our brother Big Mike a few weeks ago, this guy can take it to the crib. Salute to Q, man. Throw some rushing yards in there for Tucker. Okay. Salute to my guy Q. Graphk, do not forget Tucker's great comeback route. Okay. We should, hey, you know what? Two stock, we should do some film breakdown on that. I think East Coast, we should look at some of Trey Tucker's tape last year. I think that'd be fun, man. I think that'd be fun. Let's get some access to Trey Tucker's work last year. Let's go over that. I would love to do some film breakdown on Trey Tucker. I know it wasn't a ton of reps and a ton of production last year, but I would definitely love to break that down, because I know East Coast will break that shit down into molecules, man. Salute to my brother Thor in the building. I'll see you soon. I'll be out there in a few weeks, King. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once again, man, salute to all my people here in the building. Once again, we will be live with Dylan Lobby tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time, you guys. You do not want to miss out. Pull up. We're going to have some fun with our rookie running back. I like that, Graham. He's going to be a field position shifter. Talk that shit, my brother. Salute to Graham, man. Sir Dre, my guy in the building, I appreciate you, man. Gifting 1 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to my dog. I appreciate you, man. That means a lot, King. Thank you. If you guys missed out on any of these gifted memberships, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do. Like I said, our goal is to get to 3,000 members before the season starts. And once we hit that goal, we're going to do members-only shows, and we're going to make sure to go live every single day. 3K, trying to reach that goal. Salute to Q. End arounds and double end arounds I could see for Tucker. I like that. Talk that talk, Q. I can see it. You know what's funny, man? I played Madden yesterday, and I blew out the Chargers, and I did a lot of end arounds, in that game, and I was definitely getting Trey Tucker some plays, man. You know what I mean? That guy can definitely take the top off of a defense, with that speed. I'm excited to see what Trey Tucker can do, but I definitely want to see a few end arounds, see some gadget plays, see get the ball in Trey Tucker's hand. He's a difference maker. Facts. Salute to my guy Gio in the building as well, my dog. Appreciate you on a $10 special, man. I think we have Tay over 1K yards, 100 plus catches. Wow, okay. Then we have 4 or 5 guys with 40-ish catches and 400 to 800 yards apiece. Many playmakers. Matchups will dictate who gets the ball and when. Salute to Gio, man, on a phenomenal $10 special, man. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk. I like that though. Tay, you already know he's going to have over 1,000, barring any injuries. God forbid, he's definitely putting up 1K easily. 100 plus catches though. Okay, that means Getsy's getting him the football. I'm not mad about that. But that's man. If you have over 100 catches, man, I don't know how you're going to spread the football around a lot more to a bunch of other guys, because there's too much talent, Gio. There's too much talent on the offensive side of the ball, man. Like there's not enough footballs to go around, man. That's a lot, but I'm here for it. Hey, man, if Getsy's getting the football into our best playmaker's hand, I'm not mad about it at all. Let me see. Salute. Let me see. I'm expecting a lot more production from the entire offense. Agree? Yeah, Graham, Xbox. Definitely on the Xbox. No, but agreed. Definitely agree. I mean, look, man, I'm expecting Zeus to have a big year this year. If this offensive line can stay healthy and they can protect Aiden, I think we're in for a hell of a run on the offensive side of the ball. We already know what the defense is going to do. You know what I'm saying? But if they can keep Aiden clean, keep him upright, I'm expecting this run game to be solid this year under Getsy. I think we have a better run game than they had these last few seasons in Chicago when Getsy was running the show on the offensive side of the ball. I think with Dylan Labe, and Amir Abdullah coming back on a 1 more year deal, we got, Alex Madison, a guy that has been a running back one out there in Minnesota for a season, even though he struggled a little bit last year. He did fumble the football a few times. But I think we're in for a hell of a run on the offensive side of the ball. Let me see. Salute to my guy Pineapple as well on a $10 special, man. I appreciate you. Loving that Raider content. Salute to my guy Pineapple. I appreciate you, brother, man, so much. Thank you, King. That means a lot, man. Salute to my guy Pineapple. Salute to S. Dot. Salute to you, Graphk. Trey Tucker is very, very nice. But to have him in high-end speed, people tend to forget. We have Guyton on this team as well. At the same time, take off the top of the defense. I'm even guilty of this. There's a few players on this team that some of us tend to forget about. And it's like, Guyton's one of them. I know he's a new addition, so it's kind of easy to forget. But I'm going to be real with you. Guyton still has to make this roster. Tucker is a sure thing. Guyton still has to make this roster. Let's not act as though that this kid has had a ton of production at the NFL level. I understand he's coming over from the Chargers under Tom Telesco, so he's a Telesco guy. But the guy still has to make this roster. You know what I mean? So we got Michael Gallup as well. You know what I mean? He still has to make this roster. There's a reason why he took that deal that he took. You know what I mean? Because he has to show that he can stay healthy, show that he can stay durable, and show that he can return to the form that, he once had with Dallas when they made him, a high-paid wide receiver 2 at one point. You know what I mean? Behind Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So, we shall see. We shall see. At one point he was, he was the wide receiver 2 behind Amari Cooper. They added CeeDee Lamb. He ended up becoming, wide receiver 3 out here in the Dallas, with the Dallas Cowboys. And then, injuries derailed his career. Let me see. But Guyton still has to make this. He still has to make this roster. And I don't know if he does. You have him. You have, You know, I have Christian out there as well. I know he's a Josh McDaniels Patriot guy, but it sounds as though he's been working with Aiden O'Connell also in the offseason. So they're building a rapport as well. It's going to be interesting to see who are those wide receiver 4 and, you know, the tail end of the wide receiver room, who's going to make this roster. And take away both safeties. It will promote D.A. Bowers, Kobe, Mayer to destroy and damage the inside. Salute to my guy S. Dot on another $5 special. I salute you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Raider Manny, my guy, man, member for 22 months. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the content. We are going to cook this year. Salute to my guy, Raider Manny. Remember, everyone, this is the first year with practice restrictions for players. So practice injuries may be at an all-time low. There are not health officials hired by the NFL monitoring. Salute to my guy, East Coast. Phenomenal comment. A lot of people, including myself, forgot about that. First year with practice restrictions for players. So practice injuries may be at an all-time low. Gridiron is one of the GOATs out here, man. Salute to my guy. Are you okay with facing as a starter, or is it imperative we sign a free agent? Thought he played well enough when he was healthy. I like Brandon Faison. I like the measurables. You know, he's pretty much the OG in that corner room at this point. I don't know if we can trust that he can stay healthy. I mean, you know, he missed a major portion of last year. You know what I'm saying? He was on the IR. You know, he had an okay year with the Colts, you know, prior to last season, before he signed that 2-year deal with us. I'm going to be real with you, man. If Brandon Faison is starting on the opposite boundary of Jack Jones, I'm very, very nervous. See Gabe go. I'm going to be real with you, man. I am very, very high on Jacorian Bennett. I know a lot of people are like, Graphk, why would you be? You know, he had a very down, you know, rookie season. A lot of corners do, you guys. Let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it takes time to get accustomed to the speed of the game. It's a different game at the NFL level compared to the collegiate level, right? So I'm gonna be real. If Faison is the guy, I'm nervous. I like Faison, but I want him to be more of a rotational guy. If you have Brandon Faison starting, you need to be nervous about that corner room. The only reason I wouldn't be very, very upset by it is because our defensive line. You know what I mean? With the addition of Christian, you know, Wilkins out there, like this defensive line is gonna be phenomenal. With Tyree in year 2, there's gonna be a lot more pressure. You know, with Malcolm Kuntz coming off that big year last year, the defensive line is definitely going to help this corner room out a lot. But I love Jacorian Bennett. I do believe that he's, at this point, maybe one of those boomer bust type guys. Like I kind of compared him to like a Meek Robertson in a sense, you know, opposite the measurables. You know, Meek's a lot smaller, pause if necessary. But I think Jacorian is going to have a hell of a year this year. I do. But I do believe at some point we're going to bring in another veteran corner. I do. I'm not – I'd be very nervous if Brandon Faison was a starter opposite of Jack Jones. Let me just say that. He did. But you can go back, Frank, to a lot of these big major stars at the cornerback position in their rookie years who had tough years. A lot of them. Shit, most of them. I mean, there's not really – I mean, you'll get a corner here and there that come in and take the league by storm. Everyone's not going to be Sauce Gardner, you guys. Everyone's not going to be the Jalen Ramseys of the world. People need to come in, take their bumps and bruises, learn from it, develop, and become that dog. You know what I mean? Give him a little bit of time. You know what I mean? I don't think that he gave up a lot of ass last year. I think that at the beginning of the season, the refs didn't really favor him. You know, he gave up some – you know, some penalties that definitely got inside of his head. And next thing you know, he wasn't seeing the field the way he was seeing it before. So, you know, I don't want to say he gave up ass cheese like that last year. I just want to say, man, he was a rookie. It takes time. It takes time. Let me see. Ryan says, Graphk, in your opinion, when is the ideal time for the Raiders to name a starting quarterback? I don't love quarterback competitions lingering. Let me say this. I don't think that you need to say anything, to be honest. I think that you can hold on to this until last minute. Remember, Ant, we're playing against a divisional rival week 1 in LA. We're playing against the Chargers. New team, new energy, new head coach, you know what I mean? New philosophy. Why give anybody the up and up on who we're going to start? Wait until the last minute to name your starting quarterback. You know what I mean? Keep them on their toes. And, you know what I mean? There's no reason to let Harbaugh know way, way, way ahead of time who your quarterback is. Let these guys continue to battle it out all through training camp. And then you name them, you know, last minute. There's no real rush. No real rush. Oh, my bad, Ant. I was responding to another super. My bad, brother. Let me see. Who was that? Who was that said that? I don't know, but I responded to it. But salute to Ant. Yo, Graphk, you see Byron Young spending his offseason with his coaches? I love it. I love it. He better. This guy is forgotten. I watched the video, you know, of him out there working and trying to get right. At the end of the day, Ant, to be real, man, this guy, it's an uphill. Year 2, you know, the head coach that went and drafted him, the GM that went and drafted him in the 3rd round out of Alabama, they're no longer here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think at this point, Janarius Robinson, you know, is above him on the depth chart. I think that Robinson can have a phenomenal year this year in terms of how many reps he has. A phenomenal year with Janarius Robinson doesn't mean a Malcolm Kuntz type year or a Maxx Crosby type year. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that it's an uphill battle for Byron Young. But you want to see these young guys out there working their tails off. I love it. I love that they're uploading tape of him out there, you know, working on his skills, working on a skill set. He wants to find, you know, he wants to find a way into the rotation. But it's an uphill battle, and it really is. It's an uphill battle, man. I don't know how much we can expect from Byron Young this year. One thing I liked about him a lot out of Alabama was a guy that, you know, pass rusher. They moved him around a little bit on the defensive line. You know what I mean? So he can definitely provide you some versatility on the defensive line. I just don't know where he fits on this roster. So hopefully he's putting that work in. Hopefully when training camp comes up, we hear his name a lot more. Him and Matthew Butler are definitely on the hot seat right now, though. I'll tell you this right now. Definitely. Those two guys drafted by previous regimes, and they haven't shown a lot. So I'm hoping that I hear him and Matthew Butler's name a lot going into training camp. Like I said, he wasn't the best Byron Young in the draft. He's on the Rams. Byron was not in the best shape. Hopefully he's getting right. Facts. What'd you think about him East Coast at Alabama, though? Like I said, a guy that provided versatility, kind of moved inside and out on that defensive line. I understood, you know, why we took him, you know, where we did. We had 2 picks in that 3rd round. We took him and Trey Tucker. But what did you think about him coming out of Alabama? Where did you have him in terms of round? I thought it was a reach taking him in the 3rd round. I thought you could have got him a little later. But I understood the process of why they took him. Let me see. Brock Bowers. It's been a minute. I love to see the work ethic, though. That depth could mean a lot for us. This is facts. You want to keep that defensive line fresh. Patrick Graham and those guys love, you know, to rotate guys in and out. They love guys that can provide versatility. I'm hoping and praying that Byron Young can find some reps on this deep defensive line. If he's out there at any point, and that means that he's doing something right, because this defensive line is that deep. You know what I mean? If you can find any type of reps with Tyree Wilson, Malcolm Kuntz, Maxx Crosby, and those guys out there with Janarius Robinson, you know, kicking in and out, that means that he's doing something right. But I'm telling you now, still, man, I think that it's very far-fetched to think that a guy like Byron Young can come in and make some major noise this upcoming season. East Coast, I agree. I had him as an end of the 4th, maybe the beginning of the 5th round type guy. A DT in a class that doesn't have a ton of talent outside of Mozzie Smith. I love Mozzie. Keanu Benton, Florida prospect. Byron is a run stuffer trying to play pass rush. Bad mix, exactly. You know what I mean? But, you know, in Alabama, they like I said, they moved him around. They kicked him on the outside. They had him as an edge rusher. They had him at defensive tackle. I just don't truly know where he fits within this team. Are they going to try and use him as an edge rusher? I mean, the defensive tackle position, we're pretty stacked up too, right? That's why I was saying maybe they'll find some reps with him as an edge rusher, because Adam Butler, John Jenkins came back as the nose. You know, we have Tyree Wilson, who's going to get some reps at the defensive tackle position. And then you bring in, you know, the stud $100 million man in Wilkins. I just don't know where he fits in the grand scheme of things at defensive tackle. I'm thinking maybe somehow, some way he can maybe find some reps as a potential pass rusher, maybe. But I just don't know where he fits in the grand scheme of things as a defensive tackle on this roster. But once again, they did move him around a little bit in Alabama. Like you said, he was classified as a defensive tackle, but they definitely used him as a pass rusher as well. Let me see. Salute to my guy, DeMarcus, once again. Benton Young had the best quote last season. You tell them I said, fuck the Chiefs. Byron Young, I mean. Maxx cut him off so fast after that Xmas win. That's facts. And I don't even think that Byron was dressed. DeMarcus, didn't he have this? Yeah, street clothes on, right? Wasn't he in the locker room talking his shit in street clothes? You love to see it. You love to see it. Great question. Great question, man, Colleen. I'm going to keep it simple. I think that Tyree will have somewhere along the lines of 6.5 to 8 sacks this upcoming season. And why I say that is because it's going to be hard to take Malcolm Kuntz off the football field coming off that big year he had last year. I think that he's in for a big year. Maxx, we already know he rarely comes off the football field. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Wilkins there. Tyree's not going to get as many reps at defensive tackle as he did last year with Adam Butler coming back with Wilkins, you know, the addition of him. I'll say 6.5 sacks, 6.5, somewhere, 8 tops, but I have about 6.5. 6.5. Yeah, street clothes with a cigar is about facts. Hey, I want to ask you, East Coast, can you see Byron Young as more of a edge rusher at the NFL level? I know the measurables aren't really there. I don't think but can you see him more as an edge rusher than a defensive tackle at the NFL level? I want to ask you this. I don't, but I think that they'll probably try and move him around a little bit and see if he can get after the quarterback. Salute to my guy, Kingtown. 40 tackles, 6 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss. And that's a win. That's a win if you can get Tyree to do that this year. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We talked about Paul Gutierrez reporting that the standout player from OTAs up, this offseason was second-year wide receiver Trey Tucker. We touched on, the Jeremy, who was it? I forgot who it was. Report. Was it Shaft? I forgot who the hell it was. The report of him saying that Devante loves Aiden O'Connell. Also, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this. We're gonna talk about it real quick. But it looks as though I'm still waiting to see where and how and why this money from Chandler Jones didn't come off the books. I could have swore that was like detriment, right? Like the way he was going about his business on Instagram and Twitter. I thought that maybe we can somehow, some way find a way financially to escape that contract, because he's still, we're still paying him a massive amount of money. But I don't know if you guys seen this, but it looks as though he will be avoiding jail time. His sentence was suspended, and it looks as though he pleaded no contest, and he may avoid jail time. I'm hoping and praying that Chandler Jones finds peace. I'm hoping and praying that he finds a way to overcome the demons that he's dealing with. But also, man, I'm hoping and praying that we can find a way to financially escape that deal, because we're still paying him a shit ton of money. But I don't know if you guys seen that. He took a plea deal. It looks as though no contest. He may be avoiding jail time with those 2 domestic cases that he caught. Yeah, Justin, prayers up to that man. Facts. Facts. I believe, Rebel, we did. I mean, it's only right. Smart business practice, right? To see if we could somehow, some way avoid that. But it looks as though right now we're still paying him, and we're paying him a shit ton of money. I remember watching him at practice at the Senior Bowl, Byron Young. I don't think so. He's too slow, in my opinion. I think he's a 2-3 tech at best. Don't put him at nose. Oh, this is facts. No, and we don't need to at this point. I think we have 2 or 3 noses at this point on the roster. He needs to be a 2-gapper. Okay. I like that. And I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. Definitely. But we have John Jenkins. He'll be that guy, that veteran presence at the nose tackle position. We still have Nesta Jade, and then we have our young pup that came over from Carolina, McCall, as well, still on the roster. Let me see. Salute the Raiders Rebel. One of the biggest needs is stopping the run. We have a huge problem stopping the run. That's what he was brought in to do. I hope he can see grass this time this year. Salute to my guy. Salute to Joe, sneaking and peeking from work. Raiders! Salute to my guy, Joe, in the building. Big Pern, that's a huge ask, my brother. Would I love to see it? Definitely. But that's a huge, huge ask. I got him somewhere along the lines of 18 to 20 this upcoming season. Let me see. Mackie, this is facts. He'll definitely help in the run game this year. Wilkins definitely will. Let me see. Scroll up to my chat graph. What game is the OLV crew linking up at? I'm still trying to figure it out. Tay, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know yet. But we're definitely going to be going to a few. I just got to figure out which ones. I'm going to be coaching my son's team on Saturdays. So it's not going to be the traditional moves with me. I usually fly out probably Friday and then make a weekend out of it. I'm probably going to have to start flying out Saturday night, coming out for a day, and then getting back in time for my sons to go back to school. So I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know ahead of time what games we're going to. We're still trying to figure it out. But I'm assuming Carolina, first home game, week 3. And then probably another game or 2 out there in Vegas. But I'm really going to hit some road games this year. Rebel, I do not believe that I'm going to be out there at Costa Mesa. I'm still waiting to see, how this plays out in terms of access. Stay tuned. I don't know yet, though. Let me see. Cowtown. This guy's a Hall of Famer, right? He's a Hall of Famer. I think he knows better. There's only so much that we can expect out of Maxx, you guys. We can't expect this guy to go out there and play every down every single year. Wear and tear is definitely going to catch up to him. Last year, the knee injury, I'm hoping and praying that we find a way to get him off the football field a lot more. That's another reason why, Cowtown, I love that we drafted Tyree, and I'm hoping that he hits his stride this upcoming season, and I hope that Malcolm can continue his trajectory, because at some point we can't expect Maxx Crosby to be out there playing every down, playing every rep. Is going to catch up to him at some point. I totally agree with Howie Long. Definitely at some point you got to rotate him in and out. This guy, Maxx, he doesn't only get to the quarterback, you guys. This guy plays the run at a high clip. So, at some point, it's going to catch up to him. Wear and tear on the football field. I know this guy is a demon. I know he's a monster. I know he's different than most. But at some point, you have to find a way to rotate your guys in and out. We see great edge rushers, year in and year out, start to age and shit start to catch up to him. Look at Von Miller. Look at some of these guys who used to play every rep out there. Those injuries start stacking up, and it's very difficult to keep these guys on the football field every down. So I love it. If Howie's saying it, listen. And I think that AP knows more than anybody as well, Cowtown, playing the game at the level that he played it at, how much it means to get a guy off the field here and there, and give him a breather here and there. Wear and tear will definitely catch up to you regardless of who you are. I don't care if you're Michael Jordan. I don't give a shit if you're Kobe, rest in paradise, LeBron. At some point, it's going to catch up. You need a breather here and there. So definitely agree with one of the GOATs, Howie Long. And this is facts. You got to listen to them Hall of Famer. There's a reason why Howie's a Hall of Famer. You see. Yeah, Graham definitely did. Definitely did. It shocked us, right? We're like, hold on, not Maxx. Like, not Maxx. This dude is a robot, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a machine. Like last year, it really did. It showed us that, wow, Maxx he's a human being, man. That knee injury scared the shit out of all of us. You know what I mean? And shit, I think it scared him and his family more than anything. I mean, it was life-threatening with him going out there and playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I agree. Although I agree if Maxx doesn't want to come on, he ain't coming on. I agree. But I think if there's one guy, Cowtown, that he is going to take some life lessons from, is going to be Howie Long. And I think if there's a second guy that you can take some life lessons from, it's going to be AP, your head coach. You know what I mean? They know all too well, how to stay, how to stay healthy and how to have a long, illustrious career. You know what I mean? I think they know better than most. So, yes, I agree with you. But if AP feels that Maxx needs to get off the football field, if he sees him out there limping around here and there, he needs to get him off the football field, because there's a reason why you took Tyree as a top 10 pick and you still have Malcolm Kuntz out there on the last year of his deal. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to take the kid off, take Maxx off the football field and allow those other guys to get their issue. Keep him healthy. Let me see. Q. Why would sign Carl Lawson? He can give Maxx that breather he needs, and he's a physical specimen. Q. There's not too many people out there who has more of a better build than Carl Lawson. This kid he definitely takes his workout regimen very, very seriously. Dating back to Auburn, coming out of college. You know what I mean? I would love to bring him in on a 1-year veteran prove it type deal and add him to the rotation with our edge rushers. Definitely, man. I know East Coast, but the thing is this: if you have guys that have been able to stay healthy, like Malcolm Kuntz, right? Tyree is healthy now. You have Maxx out there healthy. You don't need Carl Lawson to go out there and be a guy that's giving you starting reps. Just a guy that can rotate in and out. You know what I mean? Him and Janarius Robinson being those last edge rushers on your depth chart that can come in and add some value as pass rushers. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting him to come in and be a guy that's going to give you 10 sacks a year, but I'm expecting, if you add a guy like Carl Lawson at the back end of your depth chart as an edge rusher, to just come in and provide that pass rush when your big dogs need a breather. Let me see. Maxx mentioned on his pod with Rob Leonard that he operates like a volume shooter. He needs to be out there to get in the zone and stay there. And Remy, I agree. I agree. That's another reason why I'm excited to see what Zeus looks like this year, because Zamir Abdullah is the same. Zamir White is the same way, right? He's the same way. Zamir is the same way. You got to give him his reps. He is a volume shooter as well. The more reps you get him, the more productive he'll be. We've seen that last year. He finally got an opportunity. He finally started getting his share of carries, and the guy balled out. So I agree, man. I think most players are like that, though. You got to get him out there and keep him on the field. Keep him on the field. Zamir's one of them, just like that. Salute to Remy. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. GA, I got my tickets for the Bucks game. Everybody pull up. Let's black out Tampa Stadium, Florida weather in December. That is definitely one of the games that we were targeting. GA was Tampa Bay. So hopefully we can make it out there, brother. Salute to my guy, GA Patriot, man. Appreciate you, brother. Let me see. East Coast, you don't think that Carl Lawson can play the run game better than Yannick? Oh, we may have to talk about this on our show on Thursday, brother. We need to talk about that, because I have to disagree with you, King. I mean, you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, right? You were there when Yannick was having those big major years. So I know you watched Yannick very closely. The Yannick that we had could not set the edge at all. He was terrible against the run. Yes, he'll give you some pass rush. Yes, he can give you north of 10 sacks a season, but the guy struggled mightily against the run, bro. I think Carl Lawson is definitely better against the run game. Salute to my guy, Jonathan Lamelli in the building as well. Salute to my dog. I don't know yet. I'll keep you posted. Salute to my guy, Justin. Definitely could use another edge, 3 guy. If they want to go that route, I'm sure Frank Clark wouldn't mind taking that role. A vet that has won, and we saw he doesn't mind playing for other teams in the AFC West. And I think what Churchill was referring to, former Chief, went to the Broncos, could definitely see us adding a veteran guy like Frank Clark that's had a tremendous amount of production and a tremendous amount of success, at the NFL level. I would love to add another veteran pass rusher. I keep saying this, Justin, that I think there's 2 needs left on this football team. It's to add another veteran corner and to add another edge rusher. I do. I believe that we need to add another edge rusher. Janorius Robinson is coming off of, a nice year for us. He didn't see the field a lot, but he looked okay for us last year. But also he had the DUI. Who's to say, God forbid, he doesn't get in any more trouble. We need another. I would definitely add another edge rusher. I don't know. I don't think Frank Clark retired. Did he retire? I think he's still a free agent. No, he's a free agent. He hasn't retired yet. Let's get it, Jay. Let's get it, my brother. Let's rock. Salute to my guy. Hey, one of the GOATs, one of the moderators, man, the Mod Fathers himself, man, spoke up. So here we go. Tampa, Miami. Talk that talk, my brother. Let me see. Salute. Yannick was a liability against the run. He definitely was. Definitely was. Well, the thing is this, Mike, I would love to bring in Yannick and just have him be like a pass rushing specialist at this point that doesn't need to see the field as a starter. I would love it, but he's coming off of a major foot injury. He missed a major portion of last year with Chicago. His production was down mightily, Mike. Like, this isn't the same Yannick. We don't know what Yannick we would be getting. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming that Yannick will still get pretty good money. I'm not expecting him to go out and get, an insane amount of money, but he's still going to get a nice little bag because, edge rusher is a premier position in the NFL. You know what I mean? But coming off of that foot injury, I don't know, man. I don't know if you want to add Yannick. I'm not against it. You know what I mean? If you can use him as just a clear-cut pass rusher, a guy that you can send out there, on 3rd and longs to go after the quarterback, I am okay with that if that foot is fully healed. And I don't know where he is in terms of health-wise. I haven't looked too much into it. If he's ready and he's ready to go and he's fully healed, I'd bring him in as just a pass rusher that you can attack the quarterback on clear-cut passing downs. Not mad about that. Riz, salute to my guy. I did watch that. I went and checked out my brother Sanjit's video. There was a few players that he mentioned. Ridge, what was some other guys that he mentioned? He did mention Ryan Tannehill, which I don't agree with at all. I understand the reasoning behind it, right? Because you have Aiden O'Connell, an unproven guy. You have Gardner Minshew, who technically has been a career backup up to this point. I mean, yes, he's had some starter reps, in other organizations, but he hasn't been a clear-cut starter at the NFL level. But Ryan Tannehill has, but he's up there in age, man. He's had his own injuries, that he's had to deal with. Me personally, I don't want to bring in an aging veteran like Ryan Tannehill. Let Aiden O'Connell go out there and cook. I wouldn't want to bring him in. I don't see a reason to bring in Ryan Tannehill at all. Let me say this. I'm sorry. I see the reasoning behind why Sanjit would say it, but I'm going to go with what we have right now. I would rather have Aiden QB1, Minshew QB2, Anthony Brown or Bradley as QB3. I'd rather just, stick with the young guns. You know what I mean? I don't want to see anything any reasoning behind Ryan Tannehill. But also Shaq Leonard was a guy that he mentioned, right? There's no real reason for that. I mean, I don't think people realize, too, how bad his back injury is. This guy is not the same player he once was. He's not. He's not. He is not the player he once was. There's a reason why, he's out there still as a free agent. Was he a great linebacker at the pinnacle of his career? Yes, phenomenal talent. Darius Leonard, Shaq Leonard, whatever you want to call him, was phenomenal. But he is cooked. His back is done. Once those back injuries start to pop, take it from somebody like me who has, a bulging disc and 3 herniated discs in my back. Once that shit gets to catching up to you, it's over with. I don't see a real reason to bring him in at this point. I like our linebacking group. I think, Spillane's going to have a big year. I think Devante Adams is going to have a big year because this is last year on his deal. I love that we went and got Tommy Eichenberg. I don't want to take any reps away from Eichenberg or Luke Masterson as that linebacker 3, linebacker 4. There's no real reason to bring him in. You know what I mean? So I think they're cooked. And then in terms of guard, I don't know who he mentioned, but I will say this. He did put a tweet out there yesterday about the young kid that I loved a lot out of Chattanooga that Seattle picked him off of our practice squad. And it looks as though he is fighting for that right guard position to be the starter over Christian Haynes, the young kid that they brought in from Connecticut this upcoming year. You know what I mean? So that hurts my soul to see that, man, because God, I was a major, major fan of keeping that kid around. He could potentially been that guy, McClendon Curtis, you know what I mean, that could have been a starter for years to come. It looks as though he has the lead at the right guard position out there in Seattle. McClendon, you guys know how high I was on him. And salute to New Era Raider. He said, yeah, McClendon Curtis. I was very high on him. I was so pissed that Seattle picked him off our practice squad. You know what I mean? He's going to be a really, really good guard at the NFL level for a long time. And to see that he has the edge over Christian Haynes right now, the young kid that they just drafted out of Connecticut, speaks volumes, man. You know what I mean? I can't believe they really allowed to take that kid off our practice squad. It's nasty work. Salute to Jay Roy. Pumped for 2025 when the Raiders get their franchise quarterback. He will be coming to a team with a great defense, which is huge. AOC, Minshew ain't it. Salute to you, man. I'm not mad. Jay Roy, I want to give these kids, I'm going to give Aiden, I want to give the kid every chance in the world to win this job this upcoming season. So I don't want to talk too much into the future about the quarterback position. I know a lot of guys are getting ahead of themselves in the nation and already trying to talk about it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I think that we should allow Aiden to go out there and try to win this job. I think that if he doesn't, give Gardner Minshew all the chances in the world to go out there and win it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to get too ahead of ourselves. I think that this defense is great enough to help us get to the playoffs. I think this offense is going to be good enough to help us, win a game or two. I do. And I mean, potentially playoffs. I do. I'm giving these guys every opportunity under the sun, man, to go out there and win it. Salute to Jay Roy, though. He mentioned we need a fullback as well, and we might be waiting on the Bears to release their fullback. Okay. I mean, at this point, if just bring back Jakob. Just bring back Jakob at this point. I wish we still have Alec. I wish Alec Ingold was still on this roster, Ridge, because not only was he a good blocker, but the guy was phenomenal in the passing game for us as a fullback as well. That would have been great if Miami just moved on from him and we somehow some way can bring him home, right? But I mean, at this point, I'm not saying Jakob is anywhere near the talent level of Alec Ingold, but just bring him back. Just bring him back. Why not? Let me see. Yeah, when your back is done as a linebacker, you're a liability to the defense. Trust me, I know that's one main reason I couldn't play linebacker anymore. It's tough, man. It's tough overcoming those back injuries. And I would love to see a resurgence in Shaq Leonard's career. That would be phenomenal at this late in the game in his career. I just don't see it happening, man. You can see it. If you watched him very closely, you can see even in Philadelphia last year, like he's just not the same player he once was. I'd rather just give the snaps to a young player and develop them. Hey, Mike, I think any team in the world could use a Mike Allstott. He's just that phenomenal of a talent. Salute to everybody here in the building, y'all. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You see Yannick's motor is suspect. I didn't like how he finished here. Yeah, facts. Facts. Let me see. I like that 182. That's a good question. That's a good question. Let me go look at these 2023 NFL playoff. I just want to bring these up so I don't mess up the bracket. All right, so last year, okay, if I had to pick a team right now, I'm looking at a few. I'm actually looking at a few. There's a few teams that we can trump this year in the playoffs. Last year, Cleveland made it. They have a great defense. Deshaun Watson is still a major question mark. They have a great receiving core, right? Nick Chubb is not going to be ready this year. You know, I like Jerome, the young kid that they had coming out of Cincinnati last year. But Cleveland, I mean, you're looking at this may sound crazy, you guys. Miami, they're one injury to Tua away from potentially shitting the bed on the offensive side of the ball. I don't trust that defense. Also, Buffalo. They lost Diggs. They lost a few players. Gabe Davis. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, Buffalo could be a team to fall off this year. Pittsburgh had the 7th seed. Who's to say that Pittsburgh will do it this year? Russell Wilson has struggled in recent years. You know what I mean? They're always going to have a great defense, but they've dealt with injuries. I love what Pittsburgh did on the offensive line, though. I think that their run game is going to be better because of it. So I would keep Pittsburgh in there, but I could potentially see us taking Buffalo's spot or taking Miami's spot or Cleveland's spot. You know what I mean? I can. And look, Houston is still a young team, you guys. I expect Houston to be a really good team for many years. But I'm just saying that we've seen in the NFL an injury away to one player can change everything. Can change everything. Just saying. Well, that's what I mean, Dark Side. I mean, they lost, gave away. I mean, shit, same shit in the NFL. Let me see. Hold on real quick, y'all. Salute to everybody, man, still rocking with me in the chat. Almost an hour and a half in. Appreciate you guys, as always, for stopping by and rocking with me. He said, Graphk, we taking the Queef spot. Talk that shit, AP. DeMarcus, they added a ton of talent. Don't get it wrong. Like, I love Keon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that just because it's Paul's guy. I'm saying that because I love the talent there. They added my guy, Ray Davis, to that running back group. You know what I'm saying? They already have, you know, a Cook coming back again, who looked really good last year. So they have that 1-2 punch. They have a great tight end duo in Kincaid and Knox. You know what I mean? But they still have a lot of question marks. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. We see it year in and year out, though, you guys. A team will perform really well, and then they just fall off. They fall off. East Coast, Dwayne Carter, my favorite DT in this class. The young pup out of Duke. I love it. Dwayne Carter's a dog. Monster. Appreciate you, Dark Sundays. That means a lot. Salute to Scotland in the building. My guy, man. We already did that. I think we already answered the question, Colin. You might not have listened, but I had him at 6.5 sacks, somewhere in that 6.5 to 8 range. This upcoming season. Yeah, I agree. As great as this defense is, too, Stock, I think we're going to be in every game. It's going to look, even when we lose ball games this year, I think they're going to be close. I think they're going to be close. I mean, look at last year. Miami, close. Minnesota, very close. Colts game, close. You know what I mean? We were a few tight games away from sneaking into the playoffs last year. Salute to my brother, Pastor Raider, in the building as well. It's all good, Kylie, my guy. Sam, a lot is going to have to happen for Trey Tucker to have 1,000 yards. Would I love to see it? Definitely. But I'm going to keep it a buck with you, Sam. If somehow, some way Trey Tucker has 1,000 yards receiving, God forbid, but that means to me that a few of our guys in front of him went down. I'm telling you right now, like this would be a situation like when Hunter Renfrow stepped up big for us in 2021 on that playoff run, and he had all those receptions and he had over 1,000 yards receiving because all the guys, Hunter, we know Henry Ruggs and, so on and so forth. If Tucker goes for 1,000 yards, to me, that means that Devante was hurt. That means that potentially one of our tight ends went down. I don't think that he's going to have that kind of year. But if he did, hey, I just think if he did, that means that one of our top guys went down, which is not a good sign for us to win football games. But hey, the chemistry he has with Aiden O'Connell, you may be onto something. Who's to say? What UDFA Seattle's stealing from us this year? Oh, man, it'll probably be another offensive lineman, right? They stole a linebacker from us last year out of North Carolina State, Drake Thomas. They took Curtis McClendon. It would probably end up being another offensive lineman. James, you know what? Why not Coker? TCU. Why not him? If we place him on the practice squad, let's say he doesn't make the active roster, I can see Seattle trying to purge our UDFAs again and go ahead and take Coker if he makes if we put him on the practice squad. Why not? Or potentially an Amari Gaynor, the young UDFA linebacker out of North Carolina. I can see that. But Seattle they're always looking to pick apart our practice squad. I mean, look at Tanner Muse. They went and got him, right? Curtis McClendon and Drake Thomas. I mean, and then, later on, earlier, years ago, they got Gabe Jackson. Not saying that they poached him off our practice squad by any means, but, Seattle loves to come get them some Raiders, man. It just happens. That's true, East Coast. That's true. The greatest talent evaluator was Pete Carroll. Facts. You ain't never lied, King. Let's see. I can see that, Goodman. Can definitely see that. That's a breakout season to me. Goodman, if Tucker has around 707 total touchdowns, that's a breakout season to me. That's something where you're like, wow, we got one in the third round out of Cincinnati. I can definitely see that would be a big year for Trey Tucker if he can reach those numbers. That'd be phenomenal. I can agree with you on that too, Ten Commandments. Tucker and Bauer might have some nice all-purpose yards. And for those who don't know what Ten Commandments is referring to, you can hand both these guys the football out of the backfield. You can catch Tucker on some end around, some gadget plays, and you can definitely line up Bowers at H-back. He did it at Georgia. So in terms of all-purpose yards, they can definitely eat this year. Yak monsters. No, not at all, Pastor. Not at all. I think you're onto something saying that his floor is 500 yards this year in production. Receiving yards, right? Receiving yards. I don't think that's a reach at all. Two stock. I think we will with the Rams. If we do, I believe it'll be with the Rams. We're in Southern California, Costa Mesa, in the OC. I believe if we did, it would probably be with the Rams. But I don't know if anything is official yet. I know we have Minnesota. I know we have the Niners and we have the Cowboys this year in preseason. So I don't know. But if we did, I'm assuming it would probably be the Rams because of location, because of the familiarity. I don't know if we would with the Cowboys. Oh, shit. Reg said maybe Dallas. I don't know. I know they practice out there in Oxnard in Southern California. We do play against them this year in preseason, so maybe it's the Dallas Cowboys. I can definitely see that. And, Jerry Jones, he has that rapport with the Davis family. I can see that. Oxnard, Costa Mesa, it's in close proximity. I can see that. And once again, we play them in preseason. So that makes all the sense in the world. And I think Ridgeback would know. Let me just say that. I think my guy Ridge would know. Because he's very close with everybody out there. So yeah, Kyle, see, I haven't seen anything scheduled yet. That's why I was saying, like, I didn't see anything, but I was just assuming that if we did, it would probably be a Southern California team. But I can definitely see the Dallas Cowboys. Isaac said, I live here in Oxnard. They won't let it happen too many fights. That's funny. Salute, man, to the almost 700 people still here in the building rocking with me. As always, whether you're watching on Twitter or you're watching on YouTube, salute. Do me a favor, man. Wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Once again, we are not done yet, but I do want to repeat, you guys, we do have rookie running back Dylan Lobby on the show tomorrow morning, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. Dylan Lobby will be on the show tomorrow morning. And then Thursday night, we will be doing film breakdown on Dylan Lobby with my brother East Coast Gridiron and Big Mike. So stay tuned for those two shows as well. Let me see. Cobain, what's good, King? DeMokes in the building. Salute to my guy, DeMokes. And speaking of Hondo, I'm definitely going to reach out to my guy and get him back on the show here very soon. He is on vacation right now. I know he's traveling, moving and shaking, rightfully so, deservingly so. You know what I mean? He's been putting in that work, putting in that pain. But when he gets back, we're definitely going to be doing something. We'll do a coffee and Hondo very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. No, Ten Commandments. There's no reason at all why you would want to see Devante Adams out there. None whatsoever. Shit. Hey, you got a spare $20,000? 182? You got a spare 20K? Because I seen what marketing company is doing out there right now. They building a few. I don't know, man. Shit. If you got 20K to play with, I know I don't. Shit. DeMarcus, definitely. I think we've had some great tight ends in Raider history, but you have to rank Waller as one of the top guys. I know he had a 2-year run with us, really, with a lot of production, but definitely I would put Waller in there as one of the top Raider tight ends of all time. I mean, clearly, you got the Caspers of the world, the Todd Christensens of the world, but Waller definitely belongs in that category. Let me see. You know what, Swab? That's a major question that a lot of people have had, right? Why have we not seen that? Like you see with these head coaches, how many years they get, the money aspect of things. They have definitely kept that behind closed doors. I have no idea, man. Great comment. I really have no idea what AP's contract looks like. I have no clue. How many years is he under contract? What is the yearly, what is the annual salary? I have no idea. That's like one of the biggest secrets in Raider Nation. It's absolutely insane. Does anybody else have that answer? Because shit, I know I don't. You'd have to probably speak to AP himself. Salute to Cameron. I appreciate you, fam. You ever think about making standalone analysis or prediction videos? We usually do on our live shows, but do you mean in terms of just uploading 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos? Let me say this, you guys. This upcoming season, we will be doing a lot more. We just locked in a few sponsors. Salute to Bet US and a few other people that'll be, talked about later on down the lines. We're gonna be dropping a lot more content this year, Stock. So definitely keep an eye on that. Definitely. But yes, But we always do prediction, videos on the live. We do predictions on the videos week in and week out for games, upcoming games, and all that good stuff. I don't think there's really too much that we miss out on over here at OLV Raiders Network. We talk about a lot. There's so much content that comes out year in and year out. There's not too much that we miss. But if there's anything that you guys would want for us to step up over here and do more of, please let us know. We definitely value you guys' opinions, and we would definitely love to get you guys more involved in terms of what you guys want to watch. But we do talk about the power rankings week in and week out. We do talk about predictions and stuff like that. In terms of standalone analysis, what do you mean, Two Stocks? Elaborate on that, King, if you can. Let me see. Jared Cook wasn't cheeks, Sam. He wasn't cheeks. I mean, he wasn't the greatest tight end in the world, but Jared Cook he cooked for us, man. He cooked for us. He was actually a really good tight end for us. He was a really good option for us those few years he was with us, man. I remember thinking about getting me a Jared Cook jersey. Yeah, he has some pretty good seasons for us. I mean, there's other guys that didn't work out. Clive Wolford didn't stand out. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't. You could say that he was cheeks, but Jared Cook, come on. Yeah. Did he make a Pro Bowl? Let me look that up. I believe he did make it one year. Let me see. Is he retired? 37 years old. Let me see. No, he did not make a Pro Bowl. He did not make a Pro Bowl, but he had some big years. In Oakland, he had 900 yards in 2018, you guys. Oh, he made 2 Pro Bowls. What are we talking about? He made 2, 2018 and 2019. 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. The following year, 700 yards receiving. And this is with New Orleans, I'm sorry, and 9 touchdowns. It's a 2-time Pro Bowler. Damn, man. I guess anybody is cheeks now, man. Shit, you gotta have 3,000 yards receiving these days to not be cheeks. Salute to my guy Suave, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here. Once again, you guys, we're trying to get to 3,000 members. If we can do that, we're going to start doing more members only shows, and we're going to drop lives every single day. If we reach our goal of 3,000 or 3,000 members, we will drop a live every day. I don't even give a shit if there's nothing to talk about. I'll try to get a guest on. We'll do whatever we can. If we can get to 3,000 members, we'll be going live every single day. Salute to Ben. Lindy's Magazine got us ranked 3rd in the division, huh? Still not believing. That's cool. Let them believe. Let them do that. At the end of the day, man, we are the one team coming into this upcoming season outside of the Chiefs that have the most continuity. The defense is returning. We're adding some parts on the offensive side of the ball. Luke Getsy. Like, Denver has major question marks. Like real talk. Like, who's going to be their starting quarterback? Jim Harbaugh, is in year 1 with the Chargers. They have a massive amount of turnaround out there. If you have us 3rd in the division, that I have to question your football acumen. Can it fall like that? It definitely can. But going into the season, if you have us as the 3rd team in our division, that's absolutely insane. We're fielding one of the top defenses in the league. We have Devante Adams on the offensive side of the ball. We have Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, and then we have Jacoby Myers, one of the best wide receiver. Come on, man, wide receiver 2s in the league. How? Just how? Anyone that has us 3rd or 4th in our division, I can't even respect their football knowledge. Like, how? There's too many question marks in Denver and in LA with what they got going on. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. Salute to Ben, man. Boom. All right, y'all. Hour and a half in. Not really too much to talk about, man. Don't want to just go don't want to just sit here and not do too much. You know what I mean? There's not really a lot to talk about right now. But we will, once again, you guys, be live tomorrow. Be live with rookie running back out of New Hampshire, Dylan Lobby. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure you guys pull up. You do not want to miss out on a dope live show. Also, Thursday night, 9 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific. We will be live breaking down Dylan Lobby's tape with East Coast Gridiron. Also, our brother Big Mike Raider. So stay tuned for that. Pastor, we are off by a wide margin. We are off by a wide margin. But I think we can get there. I do. I think we're off like by a lot. But I think if we can get to that number, I think we can get to that number, man. I do. You know what I mean? I do. I believe so. So if we can get there, I'll make sure to keep everybody, in tune with the journey of trying to get there. And I'll even screenshot and keep people updated on where we are in terms of trying to get there. But we're well off of 3,000. But if we can get there, like I said, I keep my promise. We'll be live every day, and we'll do a lot of members only lives as well. So salute to you guys as always. PlanetRaiders.com. Go check out the written articles. OakLosVegas.com. Go check out all the merch. What'sInWhiskey.com. Go get you a bottle of that goat whiskey. And other than that, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. As always, salute. See y'all in the morning, man. One.
That's what I'm talking about.